All right, so this will give you a brief introduction of what we spoke about in the previous session. So we all know Saundarya Lahari was done by Adi Shankara. It consists of two parts, where the first part is Ananda Lahari, meaning it's a waves of happiness, wave of bliss. The first 41 shlokas are referred as Ananda Lahari, and it is consists of fully of Mantra Shastra. And the next part is Saundarya Lahari, which is the next 59 shlokas. So again, there are several versions to it, like Adi Shankara when he visited Swami and Devi, Ambal in Kailasha. There, no, he got all the verses, all the 100 shlokas from Devi herself. But no, on his way back, Nandikeshwara snatched the first few sections from whatever he got, and so he went back and he complained to Devi that no, I couldn't carefully handle whatever you gave me. Now what do I do? So then she goes and she tells him that you can go and finish it by yourself. So she blesses him, and then Adi Shankara came and completes all the 100 shlokas, all the 59 remaining shlokas. The first 41 are whatever was given by Devi herself, and those are all mantra shastras. It will involve about Sri Vidya, the mantra, the mantra aspects of Sri Vidya, the Kundalini, the 6 chakras, how to invoke them, importance of a guru, importance of initiation. So all of that, and know all the process involved. So that is what the Mantra Shastras will talk over. And the next part will all be Swarupa Varnanam of Devi. There are two versions, from Padadi Keshaparyantam, from feet to head, or from the Shiras to Padam. So two ways of describing. So Acharya, no, he describes Devi herself in the next 59 shlokas. And another version is Ganesha himself etched all of this, the Ananda Lahari on Mount Meru. And some people say that no, Pushpadanta, the another sage named Pushpadanta, did the etching, means wrote these shlokas on Mount Kailash. So it is still there. That's what they say. And the another version is, say, Gaudapada, the Adi Shankara's guru Gaudapada, he read these from Kailasha and taught all of this to Adi Shankara. So again, so with all this said, several people have commented about Saundarya Lahari. Like no, popular versions, there are about 36 versions of some Bhashyam for Saundarya Lahari. Great scholars have interpreted, found the meaning, and explained in Bhashyas. So prominently, a lot of them are still available. And Lakshmi Dharar is one prominent person who has done the Bhashyam, or Bhashyam is nothing but meaning, Padartha of every word and its philosophical aspects as explained in Saundarya Lahari. So Lakshmi Dharar is one person. His another work is Saubhagyavardhini. Then Kameshwara Suri is another person. His work is called Aruna Modini. Then Dindima is another famous work. So again, it talks a lot of mantra shastras and all intrinsic details about Saundarya Lahari. Gopala Sundari is another version. So like there are 36 commentaries as far as we are aware of, like from great scholars. So again, now purpose of okay, all this is there. Now what do I get out of it? Why should I do Saundarya Lahari? Saundarya Lahari is a great mantra literature, mantra sastra that will give both Bhogam and Moksham. All desires what you want. Each one of these shlokas, they are not just shlokas, they are all mantra shastras. So that is why Saundarya Lahari especially is said you have to learn from a guru, so that you learn it properly, number one. Second thing is the guru should instruct the students how to go about. So how to handle this text, how to chant, what are the procedures? Because each first 41 has yantras of its own. First 41 has prayogas. Prayogas means how to apply these first 41 shlokas to gain some benefits. Now, we are not going to get into all those aspects. That will be too transactional, which at least we don't believe in that transactional part. No, I give you something, you give me something. That is not the principles or the fundamentals under which Sanatana Dharma is built. So it is more like for her, she gets satisfied when somebody like like us also try to attempt to take these shlokas, chant just for the bliss of it, and she knows the rest. So that is how we will deal with it. But just for knowledge purposes, there are mantra shastras, there are prayogas with each of these shlokas to attain certain benefits. Now, Taitriyam, for us, Veda, Sanatana Dharma means Veda is the pramanam, means that is the foremost place where we go for, and that is the highest authority. It is called Apaurusheyam. It does not have any time. Nobody created it. So it is like the Shwasa, the breath of Bhagavan himself. So the Almighty Parabrahman, if it has a breath, so that is what is called Vedas. So for us, Vedas are the primordial authority. So Vedas in Taitriyam, in Upanishads are referred as the Shikara. Shikara are the crest or the jewel or the crown of the entire Vedas. So it talks more about philosophies. There it talks about Matru Devo Bhava. So it can be understood in two ways. Matru Devo Bhava. So either one's own mother is Devo Bhava, equivalent to God, that we have been taught. Matra Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Titi Devo Bhava. We have been taught. The other way of looking at it is Matra Devo Bhava can be as the Devata tree. See, there are many ways of interpreting the same line from Upanishads. So this same line can be interpreted as Devata herself is in the form of mother. So we generally we say Janani Janma Bhumischa Swarghat Api Ghariyasi. So we always say mother nature. So everything we give the feminine aspect to it, just to include the karunya aspect of it. And no, because mother nature doesn't expect anything from us. Fruits, trees don't expect anything from us. If you see the names of all the rivers, no, they'll all be all feminine names. I believe there is only one river. Again, that I will leave that question for you to think and get back in the next. There is only one river that is a male name river. Rest all names, Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Narmada, Kaveri, Tungabhadra, everything is a feminine name. So there is only one that you cannot call it as Nadi, I believe. You should call it as Nadam. The male, the pullingam of Nadi will become Nadam. I think there is only one, maybe two. But only one or two, but rest everything are all feminine aspects. Now, around these rivers, these places, only civilizations started previously. So they all give, they don't expect back anything. Matru Vatsalya Sadrasham, cow and a calf. The cow cleans the dirt of the calf after it's born. So it doesn't see it as a dirt. So that is the kind of affection. So we relate everything to mother or the feminine aspect of that Brahman. So that is maybe Taitriyam is trying to address it as Matru Devo Bhava. So Matra Samam Guru Nasti. There are several Vakyas. So now, but the same Taitriyam also talks about two things. Manovacha Maghochara. This Brahman, the all-pervasive Brahman, cannot be understood. Manovacha cannot be perceived by the mind, cannot be spoken by words, cannot be expressed by words. So now, if it cannot be described, if it cannot be extolled, then what are we supposed to do? What is in it for me? That is the question we are trying to answer here. So Yato vacha nivartante apraapya manasa saha. So you don't have words, you cannot think about it, you cannot perceive it, then how are you going to deal with it? So you have to achieve Brahman. We always say we have to achieve Brahman. So achieve Brahman or realize Brahman. You cannot think about it, you cannot touch it, you cannot. So how are you going to then? No, there are two contradictory statements. So Nirguna, that is where we are talking about two aspects of that Brahman. One is the Nirguna aspect. Nirguna aspect of Brahman has no form, no shape, no name, no color, no nothing. So it is generally referred as Anamamai, Arupamai, Sattai, Chittai, Vittai, Kutastamai, Anandamai, Aprameyamai. These are all adjectives. These are all, it just talks about bliss, Sat, Chit, Anandam. That's all you can say. You cannot explain more than it. That is the aspect of Nirguna Brahman. It has no color, no form, no shape. Now, for that, Acharya, what he has done is he has made it easy for all of us. So that is why we are trying to worship a saguna form. What is saguna? Anything with a guna, saguna. Anything along with a guna. Guna is what? Attributes, features. So those that are added to this same Brahman is referred as Saguna Brahman. So he established 6 forms of Saguna Brahman. So very popular form we know, Ganapatyam, worshipping of Ganapati, Sauram, worshipping of Surya, Vaishnavam, worshipping of Vishnu, Shaivam, worshipping of Shiva, Shaktam, worshipping of Devi, Kaumaram, worshipping of Subramanya. So 6 forms of worship is what he established. And our Vedas, now here, this text, our group is very specific. We're taking Shakti as the Upasana Devata. So we will more talk about Shaktam. And this text, especially where Acharya has created in the Saundarya Lahari, it is more focused on the Shakta form of worship. So out of the 6 forms, the focus here or the magnifying glass is on the Shakta aspect. So Shakta aspect in Vedas in several places, it has explained in detail, in explicit details, it has explained. Kenopanishad, Tripuropanishad, Bhavanopanishad, Sri Suktam, Durga Suktam, Devi Mahatyam or Durga Sapthashati in Markandeya Purana, Devi Bhagavatam, Brihvopanishad, then Arya Dvishati, Muka Panchashati. So these are all a few Upanishads are there. Then Puranas are there. Purana is what? The Markandeya Purane, Devi Mahatmye, we say during the Chandi Havan. So it is from Purana. Devi Bhagavatam, and many scholarly works like Abhidhami Andati. Durvasar created 2, Arya Dvishati, Mukar created Muka Panchashati, Acharya created Saundarya Lahari. These are all Bhashya Grantha. So in every form, the Shakta worship has been in all the above said forms. No, it has been explained in detail about the form of worship and all of this. So now, in each of these forms, they've all explained in detail about what it gives to us. Yatrasti bhogaha na tatra mokshaha. Yatrasti mokshaha na tatra bhogaha. Wherever there is pleasures and happiness, I shouldn't say happiness, I should say pleasures. No, there is no moksha there. Desires, there is no moksha. Whenever there is moksha, there are no desires. So they are like, no, they're contradictory, mutually exclusive. If one is there, the other cannot be there. But Sri Sundari Sadaka Pungavanam Bhogascha Mokshascha Karasta Eva. But for Upasakas of Sri Sundari refers to as Mahatripura Sundari or the Pradhana Devata of Saundarya Lahari. So Upasaka Sri Sundari Sadaka Pungavanam Bhogascha Mokshascha Karasta Eva. Kara means hand. So both are there in the hands, Bhoga and Moksha. You can choose whatever you want. It is up to you. Whatever you want, you can choose. So that is the prayojanam, or the what do we get out of this. Now, everywhere that in Sadhana Chatushtiyam, Acharya has explained the reason for Sadhana Chatushtiyam, all Prakarana Gantras, let's say Viveka Chudamani or Atma Bodham, he has explained in detail of what is the Lakshya, what is the goal, and how do we achieve the goal. There are 2 things we have to answer to anything, right? What is the Lakshya and what is the ways to get that Lakshya. So the Lakshya is Atma Sakshatkaram, or realizing one's own self. Who am I? To answer that question, Ramana Maharishi says, who am I is the question that everybody should find answers to at some point. At some point. So that will be the Lakshya. And what is the upayam for it? How do we get it? Okay, we know the question, but how do we go there? So those are the aspects that are dealt with Saundarya Lahari. What do we get out of it? You will get these 2 things. Provided Guru Charanambuja Nirbhara Bhaktaha. One, in English, I don't know how to put it, but unshakable faith on the feet of the Guru. Guru Charanambuja Nirbhara Bhaktaha. One who has unshakable faith in the feet of the Sri Guru. For him, Brahma Sakshatkaram comes to him. He doesn't go and search for anything. It will come knocking the door. So all that we have to do is accept it with open hands and then embrace it. That's all we will have to do. So the Saundarya Lahari text will exactly tell you how or the ways, the upayam. We know the lakshyam. What is the lakshyam? We already set the lakshyam as how to achieve or Atma Sakshatkar, how to realize who am I. Though that now to get that answer, you have to follow a set of steps. It is not that easy, right? You follow 1, 2, 3 steps. You have to follow the steps and only then you will get the answer. So that is what those steps or what Saundarya Lahari will tell you. So that is the purpose of why we are going into Saundarya Lahari, trying to chant Saundarya Lahari, and then trying to find the ways or means for that path or that answers to our question. Now, one may ask, I don't know the meaning, sir. What is the point in chanting? There are several groups of people. I have got several questions, and probably you might have also heard, no? Sir, I don't know the meaning. These are all in Sanskrit. That is not my mother tongue. Now, I speak a different language. So what is the purpose? How do you think, no, I'm going to no point. It's like like uh, a regular exercise. No, I'm chanting something. What is the purpose? No, what do I get? So this is a common question that comes to the mind of every sadhaka, every person. So the answer to that is very simple. If you have to draw an analogy, you go to a doctor, he prescribes you a medicine. Let's say I don't know any medicine. I have not studied. All that I know is I'm suffering from fever, cough, cold, whatever, blah, blah. So all that I know is I'm suffering. I need to get relief. That's all I know. I don't know even an akshara of what the doctor writes in the prescription. I don't even get to see it because I don't understand. First of all, his handwriting is so bad, I'm not able to understand, at least way back in India. Uh, Again, here, we don't even get to hear the name. We just go to the pharmacy, collect the medicine. So I don't even know, but somebody gives the medicine. I follow the prescription to the dot as prescribed, no, and I'm getting relief. After 3-4 days, I'm all good. So I neither know the composition of those medicines, nor know the names, or I don't even know who has manufactured it and how is it going to impact. I don't know. Knowing that is good. I'm not saying we should not know it, but even without knowing it, you simply chant. You just follow the prescription to the dot. You will get your results. Now, you have to decide. You want results, or I'm not discouraging anybody to learn meanings, to learn all that is second step. But to get initial bhakti, to your foundation stone is faith and trust. These are two things. And out of these two things, you will develop two more things. Those are called Anushtanam and Anusandhanam. Anushtanam means practice. Anusandhanam means thinking about what you have practiced. How all of these four will be built? Guru Charana Ambuja Nirbara Bhaktaha. In Bhaja Govindam, Acharya says Guru Charana Ambuja, one who has ultimate faith in the feet of the Guru, follows the prescription to the dot. Results are certain. This said by not me, by Acharya himself. Guru Charana Ambuja Nirbara Bhakta. So what we have to do is follow to the dot. Don't worry. Don't worry if you're not, the meaning is not getting. This complex glossary is way above my head. Something is not sinking in. It takes time. The time also needs to come, right? So it doesn't happen. Acharyat padamadatte, padam sishyasvamedaya, padam sabbrahmacharibhyah, padam kalakramena cha. So the teacher teaches 25%. Acharyat padamadatte. Padam means 1/4, 25%. Padam Sishya Swamedhaya. Now, through the grace of the Guru, Sishya, he understands 25% after sadhana. When the Guru says, do this 1,000 times, he will go and do it. So after the 1,000th time, no, automatically things will start to sprout. So that is 20 Shishya Swamedhaya. Say, Padam Sabbrahmacharibhyah. Rest 25% is through lessons. Teacher teaches, you mingle with co-students, all co-bhaktas, and then you understand, you practice. You do Anushtanam, practice 25%. Padam kala kramena cha. For the rest 25%, you will have to wait. It takes time. It is not like fast food restaurant. Immediately you go, you order something, you get no. It doesn't work like that. So you'll have to wait, go through the process, and then you will definitely get it. It's a matter of time. So that you will have to wait and get it. But overall, the point is, we don't need to know all the specific intricacies, details, all that is all, it's all PhD. We don't need to know. For us, we have a stomach ailment, a problem, we want to get it fixed. Simple. As long as it is fixed, all are happy. So for that, follow prescription to the dot. With that, we will go to the meaning for the first shloka. Hope no, it gave some context as to what we are trying to do. And second thing, don't worry about small nitty-gritty things. All that will fall in place. If you are not able to 100% follow also, that is fine. First, faith and trust, two fundamental principles need to be developed, upon which Anushtanam and Anusandhanam will automatically come through the Guru. And once you follow, automatically results, no, you don't have to worry about the results. It will follow. Yogarato bhogarato yasya brahmani ramate chittam nandati nandati nandatyeva. Again, the same Acharya I have to quote in Bhajagovindam, where he says, whatever you do, whether you are fully you're involved in all regular activities, bhogarato va, or you're doing all yoga, all kind of pranayamam, pratyaharam, all of those practices. You do both. Yasya brahmani ramate chittam. Once you should have the desire to say, who am I? I need to get answer to who am I. Yasya brahmani ramate chittam. Your mind and heart, it needs to go to wherever, to Brahman. Only if you do that, without doing that, sorry. So
I cannot.
you're able to hear now?
Yeah.
Okay. So yasya brahmani ramate chittam. So your mind or the intentions should be always to understand the meaning of who am I. So once it is there, it doesn't matter at what stage you are, where you are, with whom you are, how you are. It's all it is all just like wearing different color dresses for different days for different parties. That's all. Yasya brahmani ramate chittam nandati nandati nandatyeva. He's emphasizing that and saying it is only bliss that will remain, nothing else in any stage. You can think of big mahans, like big acharyas. They're very happy. They're in whatever stage they are, it doesn't matter. So but the mind has to wander or search for only one question, that is, what is atma sakshatkaram? Who am I? What am I doing here? So we will have to understand the meaning to that. So for that, texts like Saundarya Lahari are going to help us. Now, with that said, I will go into the meaning of the first shloka. So how we'll do it is, I will explain the word meaning, then I'll explain the total meaning. Then we will look into the commentaries of these 14 great people, what they have said in short. But you tell me, this is how I want to go about it. But if you tell like, no, if it's too boring, too lengthier, then no, we'll cut short it only to the word meaning and only to know what the shloka is trying to say. I will not dive deep into it. Again, no, it depends on the stage at which we are. So probably after some time, maybe we revisit the same text, we can go in detail. So for the first shloka, the shloka says, Shiva Shaktya yadi bhavati, Shaktya yukto yadi bhavati, Shaktaha prabhavitum, Achet devam devo nakalu kushalaha spanditumapi, Atastvam aradhyam harihara virinchadibhirapi, Pranantum stotum va, Katam akrita punyaha prabhavati. So Shivaha, no glossary. Now wherever I say, you will have to, this has to come to your mind and you'll have to remember. Shivaha means, don't think it is Shiva. Shivaha means bliss, auspiciousness. So that is Shivaha. That is how you should react. Your mind mapping should happen. So Shivaha means bliss. Shivaha means auspiciousness. Shivaha means Mangalam. Shivaha means Badram. So Shivaha means Satyam. So all these words, these are all bliss, ultimate bliss. There is nothing about it. That is the Brahman. That is what is Shiva. Now Shaktya. Shaktya means that Shakti or the power, the inherent force. This force is not separate from that bliss. The bliss and force are always together. There's no separation for them. So Vakarta vivasam Kalidasa says Vagarta vivasamkripto Vagarta pratipattaye Jagatah Pitaro Vande Parvati Parameshwaro. Just like how a word and its meaning cannot be separated. I am saying something now, but if it does not have a meaning, you will all say like, no, don't waste my time. I have better things to do, because it doesn't convey anything. That's how will be your reaction. So you cannot split a word and its meaning. Similarly, you cannot separate Brahman and its Shakti. Shakti Shaktimator Abhedat. In chapter 14, Bhagavad Gita, Paramatma says this, Shakti Shaktimator Abheda. There is no difference between Brahman and Brahmams, no? Ultimate, not the Chaturmukha Brahma, not the four-faced Brahma. This is Brahman, the ultimate bliss, and its inherent power. There is no separation to it. If bliss is there, power will be there within that. So Shivaha Shaktya, which Shakti, Yadi Bhavati, Yukto Yadi Bhavati, when enjoined, Yukto Yadi Bhavati, Shaktaha Prabhavitum, only when Shaktaha Prabhavitum, only then manifestation can happen. Shaktaha Prabhavitum. Nachet evam devaha. If not so, evam devaha, nakalu kushalaha, nakalu indeed, kushalaha spanditum api. Spanditum is like no inert, being inert. The opposite of being inert is spanditum, a small slight friction. So spanditum api. So there is one famous no story behind this. Very shortly, if I have to say that, there is a imagine there is a this is how Acharya explains. There is a lotus. A stalk of the lotus is there, big pond. Lotus is within the pond. Assume a small, minute fish, like let's say it has been born, maybe 5 days old, 6 days old fish. It is trying to come and it is trying to trying to go past by the stalk of that lotus. Remember, the lotus is above the water, stalk is inside the water. This small fish is trying to move near the stalk of the water. What will happen? Nothing will happen, right? But a small motion or a displacement of that position will happen because the small fish will try to go near, it will not do anything. It will go near the stalk of the lotus. What will happen? There will be a small movement that will happen. So spanditum api means that movement. Even that movement cannot happen if this this Shakti or the inherent power within the Brahman is, if it is not there, even that moment cannot happen. That's what he's trying to say. Na kushalaha spanditum api ataha. That's why tvam aradhyam. Aradhyam, one who is worshipped. Harihara Virinchadibhirapi. Hari, we all know Vishnu. Hara, Shiva. Virinchi means Brahma. So Virinchadibhirapi, etc. Means why we are saying these three means all 33 crores of devatas are there. So these 33 crores of devatas are represented by three main forces. Who? Rudra, Hari, Vishnu, and Virinchi Brahma, creator, the one who is the protector, and one who is the destroyer. So all these 33 crores of devatas are represented by three major heads. Those are Hari, Hara, and Brahma. So Devi is worshipped by Hari, Hara, and Brahma. Hari, Hara, Virinchadibhirapi, etc. etc. means those 33 crores of devatas. Pranantum. Pranantum means respect, salute, stotum, praise, sing hymns. Khatam akrita punyah prabhavati. Khatam, how? Akrita punyaha. Some lot of deeds, meritorious deeds that have been done. Akrita punyaha prabhavati, capable. So this is the word meaning of this shloka. So what is the inherent meaning is saying is only when in conjunction with Maya or Shakti. Maya means we know the Shakti that is inherent within the Brahman. Only when in conjunction with the Shakti, Maya has two, again, we'll come back to what is Maya. But Maya has two main aspects. One is Avarana, other one is Vikshepa. Avarana is concealing, or no, Avarana means think like a curtain, trying to close something, covering it with a curtain. That is Avarana. Vikshepa is showing one form as another form. Now, that is Vikshepa Shakti. So Maya has these twofold functions. One is Avarana, other one is Vikshepa. So only when in conjunction with this Shakti, the Brahman or Shiva here, Shiva means again Brahman, bliss, the auspiciousness gets unfolded. The Brahman, that is the supreme existence, right? We called it consciousness, bliss, whatever in English. That Ishvara, only when amalgamated with this Maya, is able to do anything. Anything, Srishti, Sthiti, Samharam, Tirodhanam, Anugraham. All these 5 can be done only when this Shakti is co-joined with Shiva or Brahman. So even without this, it is incapable of even moving a small stir. That is what is spandanam. That is what the example I gave you, a small tiny 5-day baby fish. It cannot, even if it goes and touches, no, there's a small movement or displacement that happens to the stalk and the lotus on top of that. No, even that cannot happen without this inherent Shakti. So that is what, and how the main focus here should be the Shakti inherent with Shiva can only cause Maya Shapalita Brahmam. So only when this Brahmam is along with Maya, it can do anything. Now you can ask me, what is this Maya? What is this Brahman? What is this? To easier to understand, there is a bulb and the bulb is glowing. Now there is a current, that is, you need electricity or power for that electricity to glow. Now the inherent power could be everywhere. Like now we are learning that we are able to generate from solar power, we are able to generate from water. Everywhere that power is there. It is inherently present. But how you'll have to tap it, right? You'll have to put a bulb. Only then you'll be able to see. So the inherent power along with this, whatever form that you're seeing, the bulb and the light that you're experiencing through that bulb is Shakti, and that inherent power becomes Ishvara. So either one of them is not there, there is no use, right? Let's imagine there is no electricity, there is no power. Will you be able to experience the light, or you cannot? Or let's say you have current is there everywhere, right? Even from solar power, but there is a way that you'll have to generate it, you'll have to absorb it, save it, use a method like bulb, fan, whatever, to use it. So this Jagat, the entire universe that you're seeing, it is the Vimarsha aspect of that same Brahman. Now what is Vimarsha? Visarga. What is Visarga? It's not 2 dots. That's what you're seeing, right? Visargam means 2 dots. V means multiple. Sarga means chapters. We have all heard, right? Sundarakandam, it has so many sargas. So many forms, that is of one Ishvara, one Parabrahman has V Sarga, multiple dimensions. Think like we'd have all studied about diffraction, no? A stream of light coming and falling on something gets diffracted, and there are multiple rays that are getting formed. So that multiple rays are nothing but Shakti, and this one stream of light is nothing but Parabrahman or Shiva here. So this is what is explained in the first shloka. I think today we are on time. So probably next class, what we will do is we will see again. We may not be able to see all 36 commentaries, but we will see this again unique aspects of the first shloka taught by these great scholars. So probably Dandini and Anandagiri's commentary, then Saubhagyavardhini. So important few lines where they have given extra information for this shloka. We will see that, and then we will move on to the next shloka. So with that, we'll complete today's class.